There's a version of you that doesn't need external validation, that doesn't shrink in hard moments, that knows who he is beyond circumstances. But many people have buried him, forgot about him. In today's episode, I'm going to speak on how to tap into that version of you might have forgotten. Spiritual fitness. I'm your host, Eric Bigger. And before we get started into today's episode about tapping into your divine, powerful version of yourself for your highest good, I want to give a shout out to Simplified Impact, who controls all my marketing for my podcast, social media, YouTube, and they do an incredible job. So if you're someone out there starting a podcast, you want to grow your YouTube page and become the best creator within your realm, reach out to Simplify Impact. Click the link in the show notes. And do not forget to pre-order my book, Spiritual Fitness. Comes out August 8th, 8/8 portal. You can pre-order your copy now. So stay spiritually fit. All right, let's get into this episode. So in life, we all have these versions of ourselves or perceptions of ourselves or the stories we tell ourselves that are the grandest version of ourselves, maybe the lesser version of ourselves or the version of ourselves that we don't believe. But today, I want to give you pointers on how to step into the power of your grandest, most highest self. And the first things first is that how you see yourself is how you receive yourself and how others will receive you. See, I come from a space of wanting validation, right? I come from a space of people pleasing, to be liked and admired, not really being my authentic self. And so, number one, you have to find out what your authenticity within yourself is. What are the things you don't like? What are the things you have boundaries for others and within yourself? Where in your life are you hiding parts of yourself so others can like you? Or you're providing a part of yourself to make others happy when you don't really want to do it. So first thing first, we have to be authentic. Authenticity is being honest, is being clear, providing clarity, and knowing who you are, what you are, despite what's happening in the world, what's happening in your personal life, what's happening in your family. You're honest, you're open, and you can be truthful. And you're able to take accountability, right? I think a lot of times in life, it's hard to be truthful and authentic when we can't take accountability for who we're being, what we're saying, and or what we're doing. So to tap into the grand version of yourself, you have to be authentic of where you are. No matter where you are, there you are. Honesty is the best policy. So that's number one, authenticity. Get to the root of your authenticity. What does that feel like and look like in your paradigm of life, of your reality? Not your mom, not your dad, not your partner, not your spouse, not your friends, not your culture. You for you. And the way to tap into your authenticity, there's 3 questions to ask yourself. How do you feel about yourself when you're accomplishing things? Right? That's a question. Number 2 is, how do you feel about yourself if you're failing? And 3, what are you afraid of? The reason I ask those 3 questions, because based on those responses, you're going to know if you're honest about those questions. Because that honesty allows you to get into the truth of who you are. And that truth of who you are, no matter good or bad, that's what you want to bring to the forefront. That's what you want to bring to the present. That's what you want to bring to the surface of life for the relationships that you have and hold, right? I want you to be perfect. I don't want you to seem like you don't make mistakes, because we all make mistakes. But the main thing is to get to your authenticity. Number 2 is, look at your habits. What are your habits? We have to get into producing good habits every day. So for me, I make sure every day I pray, I breath work, I meditate, I work out, right? That's almost every day. And I might miss 2 days of working out just to let my body recalibrate and recover. But every day I'm praying, I'm meditating, I'm doing breath work, and I'm reading something. I'm constantly trying to expand my consciousness, expand my thinking, expand my frequency of who I'm being. So number 2 is you have to tap into creating good habits for yourself. So number 1, authenticity. Number 2, good habits. And if you have bad habits, like going to bed at the wrong time, eating poorly, not working out, right? Having toxic relationships, those things don't allow you to be the best version of yourself because those things take energy out of yourself. Number three is, what are your relationships? What is in your vortex? What is in your surroundings? Proximity is power. I want you to do a scan on who is your go-to person you go to when you're going through the most or you're going through the worst. And who are your friends? What relationships do you have with people? Do people trust you? Do people admire you? Do you think people are speaking up for you when you're not around? Because we are the 5 people we surround ourselves with. So if you're around a bunch of people that are usually lazy, unconsciously over time, you will become lazy. If you're around people who are willing and determined and they want to become more, eventually they're going to pull you into that space as well. So relationships run the world, and your relationships are very important. And I think that's one points that I can speak on that's going to take you to the greatest version of yourself. It's the people you're around. I've been fortunate and privileged to have clientele who are the it of their industry, who are the pioneers, the initiators, the activator of their world. They are the leaders. They are the ones. So being in the presence of those type of people, I have to step into my leadership, into my power. I have to initiate, activate my oneness, my genius, my spiritual fitness, right? So all you got to do is really take a scan at your relationships, because if you look at your relationships, then you can kind of see where your life can end up over time, right? So number one, you got to be authentic with yourself. Get to the truth of who you are, right? And you got to do a self-assessment of self, right? Habits. What habits are you holding on to? What habits are you carrying? And 3, relationships. What are your relationships that are expanding you or taking from you? And then last but not least, this is really good, and it's kind of like a bonus. What do you need to let go of in your life? That's people. It could be thoughts. It could be habits, as I spoke before, or it could be things like, it could be clothes. It could be items that you hold on. You gotta let things go, because to get to the best version of yourself, you gotta create space within yourself for new and better things to come in. So I just recently let go of some things I was part of. I was part of a group on Monday. I was part of a group on Wednesday, and I'm giving my time and my energy. But when I sat down and looked at those spaces, they wasn't bringing me the energy I need to amplify what I'm becoming. Not that they did anything wrong. I just realized they're out of alignment where I want to go. So I kind of had to let those things go. As I let those things go, new opportunity came in, because I'm opening up and clearing space for new things to come in. But when I'm holding on to things that I don't need because I'm doing it out of obligation, that's not being the best version of myself. So if there's a job, there's a relationship, there's a friendship, there's a habit, there's an environment, a home, an employment that you need to let go, or you need to clean out your car, clean out your closet, clean out the basement, clear up that energy so new energy can come in and you can tap and have more space within your life to be the best version of yourself. So I don't need you to abandon yourself no more. I don't need you to deflect and focus on others, so they can be fulfilled and you not, and you have resentment. I need you to do those 4 things. Authenticity. I need you to be authentic with yourself. I need you to, create good habits. I need you to have great relationships, great people who are pushing you and challenging you and expanding you to be your best self. And I need you to create space within your body, within your mind, within your emotional space, also within your life. Because when you do those things, your energy is cleared up, you feel better, you have more energy, and you're doing the things like I said, like you're having good habits, you're working out, you're getting your rest, you're eating clean, you're moving your body with intentions, you're having great conversations. Those are 4 simple things that I know, because of my experiences and because of life, will get you to tap into your power, your grandest version of yourself, the best version of yourself that doesn't shrink in hard moments, that doesn't need external validation, that knows who he, she is, who you are. You know who you are despite what the forecast of the world or life are giving you, because you are clear in these 4 areas of life. And you have certainty, you have clarity, and with that clarity comes wisdom. With that wisdom comes revelation, And over time, you become at the highest capacity of yourself. You become spiritually rich. You become spiritually fit. And you become available for what's next, even if it's uncomfortable. And you're not in the old story of your life that's keeping you small, shrinking you. You're actually in a new story where sometimes as you grow and become, it is a little bit uncomfortable because it's expanding you for the grandest version of you. So that's all. That's it. Go to your link in bio on Instagram. Go get the book, Spiritual Fitness. Download this episode. Share this if it resonates. And let's tap into our power. Let's not take these times of life for granted because of an excuse or we're projecting onto others or we think somebody should do. No, what are you doing to be your best self and what are you letting go so the best things can come in? Stay spiritually fit. You guys have a great one. Peace.